Hello and welcome to Front Row Racing. It's the second part of our Friday night's showings, so it's time for the Front Row Racing PCF, the Project Cars Fridays League, round 2 of season 3 for 22 laps, or was it 23? I think it's 22 laps. Go on, Ray, tell us. 22 laps of the Road America circuit. Now, the cars the drivers will be using this evening is the Lotus Type 72D Cosworth, an absolute monster of a car that quite a few of the drivers have said they really do enjoy driving. Now, we are running a little bit late. Apologies for that. I did have to nip to the shop. I'm just going to give Jason half a chance to see if he gets in. Ray, if you could just check if Jason is perhaps loading up Project Cars, or even if F1 Roadrunner is, because both F1 Roadrunner and Jason have been sent invites as a reserve driver, but there is only the one slot available, so they're going to have to hurry up. Because what we decided to do of late, because last week it wouldn't allow anyone to join during the qualifying session for any drivers that are not here before we go to qualifying, we'll invite the reserves in before we get going. So we'll just hang on a moment.
Yeah, it's just Yasin's on a different game, and F1 Roadrunner I don't think's on.
Okay. Right, well, Ray, if you want to click ready, and I will quickly go through the result from last week's event. Hesselden took the victory, so he scored 25 points. Richie Davey took second place. This was from round 1 at Monza. Andy Russell, third place. Casely, fourth. James Hulkenberg, fifth. Duo Finn, sixth. Dave the Harp, seventh. Neo Tig, eighth. Woolhouse in ninth. Asa Mortin, 10th. And he was the first of the did not finishers. Driver Montana 11th, Live Bride 12th, and Lielmo McElroy the 14th. Both of those did not finish. So after the first round, Hesselden, no surprise to most, is leading the championship standings. And I tell you what, he and a few of the other drivers were surprised at his pace around Monza last week. And a few of the drivers were disappointed with their own lack of pace. But anyway, it's time now for round 2 of season 3, the Road America course for 22 laps. But we're going to have a 15-minute qualifying session, a 5-minute warm-up session, and then we will be going on to the race for 22 laps. Now, this particular circuit, I will let you know, is a little bit of a tricky one to keep an eye on the corner numbers, Ray. So even though we've both got pictures of track maps with corner numbers on, it's not going to be easy to keep up with which corner they're on, because so much of the circuit does look like every other bit of the track. And there is a couple of funny names. When I sent the picture to you, you spotted one straight away. Hesselden, he's having a little bit of an off. He's running a little bit wide. He's okay though. Yeah, what was the name of the bit of track that you spotted, Ray?
Oh, it was Kettle Bottom.
Kettle Bottoms, exactly. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you know much about the Road America circuit, as Hesselden again goes very deep at the corner. Do you know anything about this particular racetrack, Ray?
No, I've just found it's quite hard to...
It's not an easy racetrack. I mean, it's been a racetrack for a long time. Well, a long time in American history. American history is not as long as, for example, British history. I mean, they call an antique house would be about 100 years old compared to our sort of 1,000 years old. But yeah, I mean, this particular racetrack, it's a really tricky one, because you've got an absolutely monstrously long start-finish straight where you need speed. But then you go straight into a horrible, tricky right-hand corner, followed by another horrible, tricky right-hand corner, and then a horrible, tricky left, another horrible, tricky left, a really tricky left into a really long right-hander called the Carousel, which I think James Hulkenberg was telling me a few days ago that around there you kind of have to be going third gear, second gear, third gear, second gear, all the way around the corner because of the nature of it. And then you're into the kink, and then the Kinkies Kettle Bottoms, then Canada's Corner, and on to the start-finish. So we're on the start-finish here with Hesselden. He's going to be one of the first to set a time in a usual yellow and black livery on his car. Now I'm guessing, Ray, you've got your sector time app available again?
I'm just getting it set up.
No problem.
2 seconds.
No problem. So Hesselden then round turn 1. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a crash at turn 1 in the race, because of the nature of the run down there, it's very difficult to spot a braking point. Now he's through what is classed as turn 3 onto the moraine sweep, running downhill a little bit, and the braking zone for this next corner is not too bad as long as you are facing the right direction when you first apply the brakes, but it is a very, very tricky, easy to go deep corner. Downhill braking, not as easy to do as uphill braking, as Hesselden does run a tiny little bit wide. And now we're into the blind apex of turn 6. You've got to be confident around that particular corner, and he's actually looking a little bit cautious at the moment. A bit of a kink right to the hurry downs, as it's called, and then we're heading up towards turn 8, another tricky braking zone. Got to be confident to hit the apex here, but don't carry too much speed. You run wide, you can spin. Now we're into the carousel. Listen to the throttle. It's on it, off it, on it, off it, on it, off it, all the way around the corner, showing that just how tricky that particular corner is. Now I believe he's through the kink onto Kettle Bottom, and eventually at the end of this run on this bendaway we will come to a corner known as Canada Corner. Potential overtaking spot this, but if the car runs wide, the curb is a little bit nasty. Now we've got a bit of a sort of S's at high speed into a little bit of a downhill onto the final corner, where again could be an overtaking place. You get a car out of position here, they're going to be slow on the run up the hill, and it is a big uphill, and then make your way to the start finish line to pop in a lap time to put you in first of a 2-minute 4.061. GBM Beardy, he's currently in second place, but that's because he's not set a time yet. But Woolhouse has 2 minutes 8.6. He'll be pleased with that time gap, I think. Drivers now popping over the line. Live Bry's gone third place. Let's see who's gone. No, Live Bry's been bumped to fourth. Caseley, he's gone and popped himself second place with a 2-minute 4. Woolhouse has continued on, so has Live Bry. Duofin, he's off the track. He's back into the pits. Azamor, he's out on track at the moment. Neotig, he's about to cross the finish line, I think, to complete a lap. Have we got anyone out on track, Ray, that's popping in faster sectors? Ray, I doubt we're going to be seeing any purples, but we might see a few greens.
I don't know yet. Mrs. has changed the password to account, so I've got to reset it all.
Yeah, you got some work to do. She's banned you. That's what that is. Andy Russell, he's just making his way to the final corner. Not sure if he's on a timed lap or on an out lap, but we're about to find out. I must admit, I do love the sound that these cars make. I even do like how these cars look. And I, in a way, do wish that F1 would... well, Andy's jumped it back to the pits, has it? No, we've just got a dodgy camera here. 2 minutes 8 for Andy Russell then. Woolhouse, he's set a time, but he's still out on track. Oh, Live Bry, spinner at the carousel. It's not an easy corner, that. We did mention it. Neo Tiggy's continue on. Have we got anyone that hasn't set a time yet? Driver Montana, he has set a time. Someone else has just popped a lap in somewhere. Richie Davey, he's gone and popped himself into 5th place at the moment.
Duofin and Beardo haven't. Duofin's just leaving the pits.
Okay.
Oh,
Hulkenberg. No problem. Hulkenberg, he's put himself 4th place. Dave the Harp, he's in at 3rd at the moment. Hesselden, he's sat in the pits. I think he's just going to sit there and see if anyone can get close to his time. Caseley at the moment looks the best to do it. 7 tenths off. Dave the Harp, though, 2.8 seconds away from Hesselden's lap time. So whatever Hesselden's done on his setup, it's working for him, and it's going to be frustrating the likes of Dave the Harp and James Hulkenberg and everybody else in the race, probably.
Yeah, well, Dave the Harp's first sector's purple. I can't see times at the moment.
Okay, well, if his purple sector...
Second Sector's green.
He's gone back to the pits though. He's abandoned it. So he's had a purple sector 1, a green sector 2, and then he's abandoned the lap. Come on. Give me a proper camera view. Hopefully this will nip to broadcast. There we go. So Hulkenberg, I know that he was very... I don't know if frustrated is the right word. He was baffled at how quick Hesselden was last week. And he and others knew they got some work to do to catch his pace. I mean, to put it into perspective, it's sort of like the season that Mansell had when he won his title. When they took that car to the test track and they were a second faster than everybody else, they knew they'd got a good car. Now Hulkenberg, he's just finished a flying lap, but he's getting down to turn 1, and there is a lot of traffic there, as we can see cars sort of trying to make way. Hulkenberg's on another flying lap. Cars are getting out of his way. Lap time down to a 2:07.085, so 3 seconds off the pace at the moment of Hesselden.
Hesselden's back out. I don't think he feels confident that he's gone back out.
Well, he might be confident. Perhaps he just wants to see if he can go and beat it. I mean, at the moment, Casely, he's catching up to all this traffic as well. I think he might be on an out lap though. It's getting very, very busy on the circuit at the moment in this middle sector. I mean, it's quite a long racetrack, and we've got half of the grid all on the same few corners. I think Dave the Harp's back out on track. Hulkenberg, I believe, is coming into the carousel now, so he's got a few more corners to go before he gets to the end. So I'll pop the timing screen up that we've got here. I tell you what, I think Sector 1 drivers are losing a bit of time, but it's going to be Sector 2 and 3 that they are... Oh, there's only 2 sectors, I think. Oh, we've got a car in the barrier. I think that's Dave the Harp.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know if that was him just getting out of the way or whether he's had a crash. Oh, Hulkenberg, he's gone wide, right in the curbs. It's not going to help you go any faster. Dave Harp's on the move again. So 5 minutes left of the qualifying session, and with us looking at 2-minute lap times, if any of the drivers want to be getting another lap in, they need to be leaving the pits within the next minute. Because once we get down to 0, doesn't matter if they're on a lap or not, it will be session over. Hulkenberg's just going to put himself 3rd place with a 2 minute 6.325. Casely's improved, he's gone to a 2 minute 4.3. But Hesselden, he's only gone and bloody improved as well, hasn't he? A 2 minutes 3.767. So you were right, Ray, perhaps he wasn't feeling confident. He'll be feeling it a little more now, though.
Yeah.
Richie Davey just got to popped himself into 4th place with a 2 minute 6.7. And Dave Hart's got a little bit of work to do. Let's see who else we've got out there. Neo Tig, he's in the pits. Oh, Woolhouse! I think Woolhouse has just had a crash with somebody. I'm not sure exactly who it was, but it did look like I saw another wheel there. Azamor is currently in 10th place. Driver Montana in 11th, and he's making his way out of the pits. Not sure we're going to have enough time though to get another lap in. Now GBM Beardy, he hasn't set a lap time yet, but we do know from the Sunday races he has got some speed about him. But he wouldn't have had much practice time in these cars around this track, being a bit of a reserve. So Ray, have we got anyone popping in green sector times, beating their own personal bests?
Richard Davey, Lightbride's just done one. Andy Russell, there's a Watson first sector, is it saying here? Jane Beardy and Joe Finn, they're all green at the moment.
Okay, so drivers are really trying to push them. Oh, Richie Davies just had a big wiggle. Now he's off onto the grass, and now he's off into the barrier. Oh, he avoids the barrier. I don't know how. He very nearly lost his rear wing there, but somehow managed to avoid the wall. Hesselden, is he about to go and smash his own current pole position time? No, I think he's starting a lap. Casely sitting in the pits. Hulkenberg is... using all of the curbs and a little bit more. Is Hulkenberg up on his sector times, Ray?
I can't tell at the moment. The huddle's decided to do an uploaded date.
Okay, so technology doing its beautiful magic. Oh, Hulkenberg's ran a little bit wide there. I think he's got away with that one a little bit. Let's see, Andy Russell, he's got to pop himself 5th place. Here comes Livebry though, heading up to the start-finish line. Coming on a 2 minute 6.821. Can he improve? He does, 3rd place, a 2 minutes 5.956. That puts Hulkenberg down to 4th place. But he's coming up to the final corner now. Is he going wide? No, he's just using all of the curb. Can he improve? Can he take any further places? Get any closer to the front of the grid? No, he can't, and he's not got enough time to get another lap in. Richie Davies in the pits, Andy Russell's in the pits, David Harpy's still out there, making his way to the carousel. Andy Russell, no, sorry, Azamore, he is, whereabouts is he on the track? Carousel, I think he's making his way towards. No, not yet, he's got a few more corners to go. Neotig, he's about to cross the line. I think this is to start a lap though. He hasn't got enough time. He's currently 9th place. Woolhouse, he's in 10th. He's on the backside of the circuit. He'll be able to finish this lap, but he's not going to get another one in. And it almost sounds like he's topping out there. Oh, wiggling under braking. That's might not be the fastest way to slow the car down. 50 seconds to go then for the drivers to get their final lap times in. They need to be on their laps already and get to the finish line before the timer gets to 0. I'm not a big fan of that myself, but the car gets out of the way here for Woolhouse. Oh, he's nowhere near the apex on that particular corner as he now makes his way into the carousel. He's on and off the throttle, and I tell you what, when we get to the race and the drivers are close through there, it's going to be so difficult for him to attack. Oh, he's off, he's into the barrier. That's his lap over. Driver Montana, he's in the pits. Duo fin, he's only got 7 seconds. He's not going to get to put a lap time in. No, that's it, session over. So here we go then. The qualifying result is as follows. Hesselden on pole, K-Slay 2nd, Livebry 3rd, James Hulkenberg 4th, Richie Davies 5th, Andy Russell 6th, David Harp 7th, Azamore 8th, Neotig 9th, Beardy 10th, Woolhouse 11th, Montana 12th, and Duofin in 13th. Well, a very interesting session there, wouldn't you say, Ray?
Yeah, very interesting.
Although perhaps not for you, as you're sat there, come on, work, you damn thing. I'll tell you what though, Ray, could you quickly try sending another invite just in case it works to F1 Roadrunner and Jason for us? If either one of those can get in, that would be really good. If not, we shall just have to see how we are going to get on here. Also, as Ray said, I mean, this is a very tricky track, and I'm not a massive fan of this particular track, if I'm honest. But having said that, of the circuits that the drivers are going to be racing around this season, and bear in mind, it is the drivers that chose the tracks, some of them are absolutely evil. The Nordschleifer being one of them. Okay, we've got 4 cars out on track, but while the cars are sat here in the pit lane, we will have a quick look at them. Just a reminder of the drivers that are in the session. Driver Montana is out on track. David Harp in the Lotus. Well, they're all in Lotuses, I suppose. But perhaps the most famous liveried one, oddly enough, when I'm on broadcast view, it doesn't seem to matter whose name I click on, it only wants to show me Richie Davies in the pit lane. So Ray, how do you think Hesselden will be feeling about how that qualifying session went? I mean, he was surprised last week that he was 2 seconds faster than everybody else. He's only been, what, half a second faster this week. Do you think he'll be have any concerns?
Sorry, was on it. Yeah, he's a strong guy and he's racing and he won't have any concern. He'll have something up his sleeve.
I think you might be right there. I mean, he won't have the choice of different compounds of tyres, unlike last season. So he can't do anything, or none of the drivers can do anything different with the tyre compounds. It's all about setup and how they're going to drive around the track. So it'll be interesting to see what. I mean, if we end
on his out lap, he's hitting the purple everybody. So we'll see what he does in his next lap. He's got enough time, I reckon.
Well, we use this warm-up session as a chance for the drivers to make any final setup changes, get their race strategy sorted out, fuel sorted out, and things like that. I mean, the drivers don't have to go out on the track, but it's not a bad idea to make sure that you've got your fuel in, you've got your pit strategy sorted, and then just nip out there and get an idea of, or a reminder of how the car is going to handle on the full fuel. Because when you've just done a 15-minute qualifying session on low fuel, jumping back to a heavy fueled car, the difference can be very, very dramatic.
Yeah, well, he's still pushing. He's in purple in sector 1. So, is he going to see what he can do with heavy fuel?
Well, I was going to try and find him on track. Oh, there he is. Well, the lap time he did was 2 minutes 20. I mean, I would like to hope that we do have quite a close fight for the victory, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Heselden kind of run away with it a little bit. But if we do have the likes of Casely, Live Brian, a few others really fighting him for the victory, I think it'd be interesting to find out in the podium interviews after the race what it is that those guys perhaps did, whether they changed something on their setup or whether it was just the nature of this track that closed that gap up. But I mean, something we saw a few times last season was if you let Heselden pull out a gap, you're not going to catch him. But if you stick with him and you pressure him, there is the possibility, there is the chance there of a little bit of an error, a mistake. I wouldn't say he's a robot, he's human. There is that in his locker. I mean, it can happen to any of the drivers that a little bit of a mistake can arise. I mean, you catch a little bit of grass and around you go. So I do think it would be good to see the likes of Casely and the others really fighting for the win here. Yeah. Okay, we've only got a couple of seconds to go, so if any of the viewers have any questions, comments, feel free to post them in the chat. But Ray, it's ready, it's time to get ready to watch these guys go racing here for round 2 of season 3 of the PCF at the Road America. Green lights, and away they go. We'll go and get to the commentary box and we'll see, big crashes going on. Oh, big crash. It almost looked like someone was just driving through people there. Oh, we've got a big crash going on. There's crashes happening all over the place here. I think Heselden and Casely. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Heselden and Casely, they've managed to break away at the front. Dave Harp's in 3rd. Woolhouse is in 4th. Hulkenberg's down to 5th. Neotig's up to 6th, Live Pride down to 7th, Duofin up to 8th, Richie Davey, he's down to 9th place, Azamore, he's in 10th.
Well, how's gone for a move on Dave the Hart? No, he's not, he's backed out of it, but he's got James Hulkenberg right beside him, and Hulkenberg's got the move.
I'm wondering if Woolhouse perhaps had a little bit of a power boost penalty there.
Well, it doesn't seem like it. He was going full pelt, but at the corner he just backed out of it and it let Hulkenberg through the outside.
Well, maybe he made a little bit of a mistake, but Hulkenberg's just ran a little bit wide. He is catching Dave the Harp though, but the car behind him almost tagged his rear end, and this is where we could see a number of different lines going around the carousel. I'm not having a look at the gap between Heselden and Casely at the moment because there's been so much kicking off. 1.9 between them already. There's been so much kicking off. 7th and 8th, that's Duo Finn. Oh, Richie Davies off into the barrier. Now he's in the middle of the road. Oh, and the next car along's collected him. I'm not sure exactly who that was, but it's resulted in multiple collisions. So Richie Davies crashed there. Oh, Live Bright. I think Live Bright. No, that's lag.
Upside down. But he was upside down in the set of the track.
Yeah, okay, he was upside down then. So
that feature it.
Oh, Azamor, he's got damage on that car. You can tell with how much it's trying to steer for him.
Look at his rear end. It's going left to right.
Oh, yeah, I think we're going to be seeing a few cars into the pits. Andy Russell in 9th place. He is into the pits. No, he's not. He can't make it. He was going for the pit lane. He was going for the pit lane, but the damage has sent him out onto the track, and there's been another collision. Come on, guys, you're better drivers than this. I know your cars have got damaged, but oh my days. Absolutely, I don't know if it's fantastic or absolutely shocking opening laps of the race here. We've got Hulkenberg catching Dave the Harp. He may be having a look for an overtake here.
4th and 5th are your closest battle, and then 7th and 8th are the next battle.
Oh, Dave the Harp's gone wide. That's going to give Hulkenberg the chance. He's got the inside line for the next corner. That'll be him into 3rd place. Dave's going to try and switch back on him, but now he's on the outside. Now they're coming together. They've got wheels on. Dave's rolled it. He's rolled it. He's upside down. Is he upside down or is he flying? I don't know. Either way. Oh,
no,
I think
upside down.
He has just been absolutely nailed by another car coming along. Hulkenberg will be feeling sorry for Dave about that one, but now we've got Hulkenberg 3rd place, Woolhouse 4th place, Neotig catching them in 5th place, Driver Montana 6th, Joy Finn 7th, GBM Beardy 8th, Dave the Harp still upside down. I don't know if he's in the sky or if he's in the grass. He's in the grass. He'll need someone to roll him over. Richie Davey, he's down in 11th. Live Bright 12th, not far behind him. Azamor 13th. So all of the drivers look like they are still going around the track, apart from Dave the Harp, who is sitting there probably vomiting into his helmet.
5th.
Okay, Heselden, he is opening up that gap, as we mentioned earlier on. Casely.
Well, Houses went wide, and that's the Neotig for.
Yep, so Neotig.
4th place.
Yeah. I mean, Neotig's been looking fast in the opening laps of this race. He may actually be able to catch Hulkenberg, and if he can, we can have a bit of a battle going on there.
Yeah, I don't think Dave the Harp's got the set to track button because he's still upside down, wheels spinning.
Well, not a lot he can do about that. I'm wondering whether Hulkenberg may do him a bit of a favour. Seeing as I think it was Hulkenberg that was involved in that particular... Well, I'm not sure if they collided or whether it was sort of wheel on wheel, and you know what happens when wheel touches wheel in the rotational directions of them, it can send a car airborne, and that's exactly what's happened to Dave the Harp. So I'm wondering if Dave the Harp's sort of saying to Hulkenberg at the moment, sending him a message, going, do me a favour, just come and knock me back onto my wheels. But we'll have to see if that's going to happen. I'm fairly sure it was on the exit of this corner. Hulkenberg's gone round the corner, and I think he's actually gone past Dave the Harp. I can't see Dave the Harp. Yeah, I think Dave the Harp, his race is over. Absolute disappointment for him. Absolute devastation. Okay, have we got any battles cracking on? Richie Davey. 4th and 5th, you say? Well, we've got 9th and 10th as well. They're fairly close. That's Live Bright. I don't know what happened to Live Bright at the start, but there was a lot of contact going off or going on at the start of the race. Now, I mean, both me and you, Ray, we do know.
Start last season here, was it not Woolhouse? Guillermo was facing the wrong way with no wheels on.
Yes, it might have been actually. Oh, no, that was Watkins Glen. I think it was Watkins Glen, yeah. Yeah, before
sure?
got to turn 1.
I thought it was you.
I could be wrong, but I thought it was here. Anyway, Live Bright 10th, trying to catch Richie Davey. Andy Russell, he's in 11th.
He's got a good run. He's catching up in Neil Tag in 4th.
Oh no, he's not! No, he's not! He's into the barrier. That's damage. Where's 6th place?
He's just coming over at Driver Montana. He's got to watch because that car's
that car is all over the place. He just manages to get past. I hate these bloody camera views. I apologise, folks, for my little bit of frustration, but where is the point of having a broadcast camera that follows the cars beautifully around most of the track, and then you get to the start-finish line and it shows you the cars that are parked in the pits? I don't want to see them. I want to see the cars going down the start-finish. Okay, Driver Montana, he's up to 5th. Neotig's in 4th. James Hulkenberg still in 3rd. Casely still 2nd. Fastest lap for him, 2:07.4. But Hesselden, he's on a go-kart track by the looks of things. 2 minutes 5.2 lap time for him. Yeah, some of the... Again, I'm getting proper dodgy camera angles here. Really frustrating. I don't want to see a hill with a go-kart track that's got no cars on it. Oh, we've got a car crashing. It's Neotig. He's not crashed. He's just had a moment. He's just got a little bit too sideways there. And Driver Montana, he's catching him up a little bit. Duo Finn, he's slowly working his way up to 6th. Yeah. Who is it that's in 7th place there, Ray? It's GBM. Yep. So I think he qualified quite far down, but now he's in position to perhaps try and attack Duo Finn. The thing is, you know, there's been so much going off in this race already. We're only 3 laps in. Oh, Beardy's got an absolutely fantastic run here. He's going to be up the inside. Nicely done by both drivers at the moment, still side by side. Yeah, going down the kettle's bottom, both of them clenching their bottoms, but Beard, I tell you what, Duo Finn's got fantastic straight line speed there. But having said that, if Beardy hasn't got a setup on his car, his straight line speed will definitely suffer.
Chris Core said Formula Week survival mode on.
Well, I tell you what, folks, now you know why we put it on performance affecting damage and not the wheel losing type of damage. The GBM Beardy's got another run here, but here goes Duo Finn's slightly more dominant top end speed. It means that with the DRS, not DRS, with slipstream, oh, he's catching, he pulls out of the slipstream. Can he do it? Late on the brakes. Just about. Duo Finn. That was brave and risky, but he's managed to get ahead. Duo Finn. I was going to say, Duo Finn's fighting back. And so he should, but he's lost out now. He's lost out a little bit there. 8th and 9th rate. Live Brian, Richie Davey, they've got really, really close now. Live Brian learning that Richie Davey likes to take very tight to the barrier defensive lines. And now he's making a move to the racing line. Do you reckon he's going to go for the move? No. You can't wait until after the corner and go, no.
I was looking at the timing screen and I seen Casely was +7 and then I seen James Hulkenberg was +8 and I was like, oh, that's a good battle. And I looked at it. I forgot it's not F1, is it? No, it's not F1. It's not gap from the leader. It's gap from the car ahead. I don't know, Ray. Well, I suppose we can't give you too much grief. You do a lot of co-commentaries. It's very easy to mix one up from the other. And Live Brian here, though, he is really trying to harass Richie Davey here. Now, here's the thought, Ray. I know you've driven these cars a little bit more than I have. Do you think we could be on for a one-stop race here? Or do you think the tyres are going to burn up enough for drivers to have to go for a two-stop strategy? I don't know. I've not tested this track. Tested another track but these tyres are...
Oh, Richie's gone wide. Sorry. Richie's gone wide in the carousel. Light Brian manages to sneak through, but Richie's not going to give that one up too easy. He's going to come back as soon as he can. Sorry, Ray, go on. What was you about to say there?
These tyres, they're olden day tyres. They last longer, and not as they don't go off the cliff as much as the real F1 these days go. So I don't know. Would you? Oh, there's Library gone wide and letting Richie Davey back through.
Oh dear, Library loses a place then.
I don't know, honest.
I tell you what we got brewing here, Ray. 5th place, Driver Montana, is being caught up by 6th place, GBM Beardy, who is bringing along Duo Finn for the party. So we could see 5th, 6th and we could see 5th, 6th and 7th getting close fairly soon.
Library and Richie Davey back at it. Library's been round outside of turn 1 and he's made it stick.
Richie's trying to have a look back though. He's up the inside, is he? No, he's gone early on the brakes. Gone for the better exit. I tell you what, some of the camera angles I'm getting at the moment are absolutely diabolical. Here's the question I'd like to ask Project
Richard Davey to the back view and see when he turns the corner, see his wings. It turns at an angle when he's going.
Oh, he's had a look at the inside. Oh, he's just given Library a little bit of a nudge. I'll tell you something I have noticed with these cars. If you do give a car a nudge from behind, it is very, very easy to scoop them up and drive underneath them if you're going fast enough. GBM Beardy, 6th place, on 5th place. He's all over the back of him. I think this will be a move that'll be happening fairly soon. Oh, both of them running very, very wide. And Joy Finney, he's not far off the back of this battle. See him in the background there. There's 16 laps remaining. That's, I would guess, going to be going down to 15 fairly soon. But the leader will have already crossed the start finish line. Oh, Beardy's got the move, is he? Driver Montana's having an awful fun anyway. So that allows GBM Beardy through. So that would suggest then that Driver Montana is potentially on a 2-stop strategy. Let's see, he's done 4, he's done 6 laps already. Oh, he's going to have to go long on this next stint. He's just been dropped down a couple more places now. No, he hasn't. The car that passed him is a lap down, I think. Livebride's pulled away from Richie Davey.
Yeah, he's got 2 seconds. He just went. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he was just saving his tyres or fuel or whatever. I don't know what. How long the fuel tank lasts for.
True. Well, it could be just a case of struggling in one corner, finally worked out how to take it better, and that gives the extra lap time. Andy Russell and Azamor are in 10th and 11th, with Woolhouse in 12th. I think there's big gaps between those guys. Only retirement at the moment is Dave the Harp. Azamor, he's off, final corner. He's got going again, so it's not a big accident there. He's actually not that far away from Andy Russell, if he can refocus.
Yeah, because he's pitted, he's going up in time.
Yeah.
But where's Andy Russell? He's just coming down the start-finish straight.
Well, Hesselden is also just coming down the start-finish straight. Just about to make it 15 laps remaining. And I reckon... pit stop wise, let's see, 22 lap race, get to 11 laps remaining, that's when he'll be making his pit stop. Now what's the gap, Ray, between 1st and 2nd at the moment?
Well, Hesselden's just pitted, it's plus 15.
Hesselden hasn't just pitted, I've just watched him drive round the final corner and across the start finish line. Do you mean Casely pitted?
Yeah, Sunday pitted because it's plus 15 till James Hulkenberg.
Yeah, Casely has pitted. He's coming out to the pit lane now. So potential 2-stop strategy for him. Neotig is also in the pits. Joyfin has continued on. GBM Beardy has also pitted. He's boxing now. So Neotig's on the move again. So that puts Beardy down to 6th place, but Livebright 7th place. May be able to steal that position. He's going to. We can see on the right hand side a couple of cars there, and there's the Beardy making his way back out to the track. So Livebright up to 6th place. Richie Davey Is he going to be close enough to see the car on the pit exit? He's going to be right next to him. No, he's ahead of him. So GB and Beardy, after his stop, has dropped down to 8th place. And driver Montana, after making his pit stop, is not that far behind GB and Beardy. Andy Russell just getting onto the start-finish line. Sorry, Ray, how many seconds was that?
2.
2 seconds. Okay, so we've got 7th, 8th and 9th quite close together. Now, GB and Beardy, he was showing to be very, very quick a little earlier on. Richie Davies has got at least one more stop to make though, but he did pit on the opening couple of laps for damage, and I'm wondering if he's got damage on the car now. It seemed to be steering into the corner at a very strange angle.
Yeah, I forgot that this was the times 7 tyre wheel. That's why I was saying about the pits. I forgot how many pits were done last week, but as and Beardy's got a bit of air.
You saw that as well then. Caught a bit of curb. Oh, come on, don't show me the trees and the go-kart track. I want to see the cars that are racing, please.
Oh, Richie's gone live. It's a different line for that. What's that called? Is that a Kitty button? Or is that a
that it's the carousel, the long right-hander. He's but Beardy's had a very poor exit of it. Which has allowed Richie Davey to pull away a little bit. Driver Montana, he's dropping off the back of him, you know. He can't quite keep up with these 2 ahead of him at the moment. Now for GB and Beardy, really, he could do with... big sideways there. I would just say he could do with getting ahead of Richie Davey as soon as possible, because he's kind of burning up his brand new tyres. Behind a car that's been on his tyres for quite some time. He's in the slipstream, not sure if there's any cars in the pit lane.
So we'll get an average of 8 laps for a pit stop. We're going to have another one?
Yeah, we are. I think for most people, they'll be looking at a 2-stop. Oh, Beardy's had a fantastic turn 1. Carried a lot more speed through the corner. He's got a run now down the inside. Richie leaves him a bit of room, but Beardy doesn't quite fully capitalise. Come on, give me a decent view. Richie Davey manages to just about stay ahead.
You know what name I've just seen flash up? Joe Finn, he's in 4th place, and we know he can keep his tyres.
Yeah, he is. He's very well known for looking after his tyres. As we zoom in on a blade of grass. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. I think that's either going to be Neotig just ahead of him or K-Slay. It's not K-Slay. So the car ahead of Duofin.
13 seconds ahead.
Yeah, so the car ahead of Duofin here is it's got to be a lapped car. It must be Neotig, I guess, or Woolhouse, or Driver Montana.
Woolhouse.
Oh, they're wiggling.
GM Beardy and Richie Davey back on carousel. Richie Davies went wide. That's like GM Beardy through.
Yep. So Beardy does make the move there. Oh, Richie's on that curve. Don't take too much.
Live Bry was off the circuit a minute ago.
I tell you what,
back on.
Duofin's in a bit of an interesting situation here because he's got a car ahead of him who I believe is a lap down and really should be getting out of Duofin's way, but at the moment they're not. He is now because he's into the barrier. Who was it? I wonder actually if it was Neotig. No, it wasn't Neotig. Let's go and find out who it was. It was Woolhouse. It was Woolhouse. It was into the barrier. Okay, so Duofin has now been freed up. I'm getting really, really annoyed with the really crap camera angles here at Road America. So I apologise, viewers, for all of the camera changes, but it'd be really nice to put it on broadcast view like this and be able to leave it. But every time a car gets on the start finish, it's showing the car's parked up in the pits, and every now and again, it's just showing me a piece of grass.
Yeah, that's my sponsors. They're saying, look at that guy in the pit.
You should have picked a better looking car then.
I've not even seen my car yet.
It's not a good looking one.
Nah, it's no, is it?
Okay, we've missed it, folks. I do apologise. Hesselden has made a pit stop. He's now in second place, or at least he hopes he's made a pit stop, because if it's not a pit stop, he's had a moment somewhere. Well, Hulkenberg, he's now leading the race. Get ready for the camera angle to change, and let's have a look at the Team Gunner cars. There we go, as the cars make their way down the start-finish line. For those who are interested, there's myself and Ray in the pit lane, as Hulkenberg makes his way down into turn 1. Have you got a time gap there between Hulkenberg and Hesselden at the moment, Ray?
Yeah, Hesselden crossed the line, so it'll be 14 seconds.
So yeah, and he was 15 seconds ahead a lap or so ago, so yeah, 25 second gap, sorry, pit stop time, means that when Hulkenberg pits...
How many second gap? How many seconds for a pit?
I think you're looking possibly 25 seconds.
Joe Finn could be in it for a chance. He's only 20 seconds behind James Hulkenberg.
So you think then that when Hulkenberg pits, he's going to be coming out behind Joe Finn?
So that'll reset that.
That is true, yeah. Joe Finn has not stopped yet, and neither has James Hulkenberg, which is why he's currently leading the race. Let's see if we've got a battle going on anywhere. Beardy is all on his own on track at the moment.
Live Bry's in the pits, that's why.
Yep, that's what's happened to him. There's a car ahead of him that is also pitted. I think they're a lap down. Andy Russell is coming down the start-finish straight. It could be close between himself and Live Bry on the pit exit. There's Live Bry returning back to the track. It is going to be close into turn 1. Live Bry's tyres are going to have no temperature in them, but I don't think Andy Russell can do anything about it at the moment, and they're in identical cars, which could make it very, very interesting.
It's went up to a second already since Live Bry came out of pitch, but we'll see what it is at the... That's live timing at the... So you've got this concertina effect, so my live timing goes right down and then it goes back up.
Yeah. Well, Andy Russell was a hell of a lot later and harder on the brakes in a previous corner, which would have closed that timing gap down to about 0.2 of a second. But for each corner that Live Bry goes round, his tyres are going to get a little warmer. Yeah, his tyres will get warmer and he'll pull away a little bit more. Okay, Woolhouse, he's in 11th place at the moment. He's got a car ahead of him.
Joe Finn's pitted, so that's equalised that. So I'll see where Joe Finn comes out.
He's going to come out right next to Neotic, who's coming down the start-finish lane now. No, Joe Finn's only just pulled into his box.
He's in the box.
Yeah. Okay, Beardy, 6th place. He's coming down the start-finish. He passes Duo Finn. Richie Davey, he's coming down the start-finish. Is this one going to be close? No, Richie Davies ahead. Oh, I tell you what, we've got 8th and another car. I think it's a blue flag car, or possibly one of the leading few. They're going to come out right next to Duo Finn. This could get interesting at turn 1. Duo Finn's gone a little deep, so's the other car. The other car's off. Driver Montana gets past. It's not for position though. Andy Russell's into the pits. So that was Woolhouse. That I think was trying to unlap himself, but he's not quite able to do so. Okay, so Duo Finn has come out in 7th place. Where did Hulkenberg come out, Ray?
3rd place, and he's 17 seconds behind Casey. So Casey's been good.
What's the gap between Casey and Hesselden at the moment?
6.7.
I tell you what, there, I think Casey's been bringing that gap down. Oh, driver Montana, he's just gone wide. He may be under attack from Woolhouse. Woolhouse sweeps around the outside, but Woolhouse is in a tricky situation because really he should be having blue flags waved at him. But I mean, I am an advocate of If you've got the pace to unlap yourself and pull away, you do it. If you haven't, you just let the guys go.
No, Williams is still a lap down.
Yeah, Woolhouse is ahead of driver Montana here. This is what I'm saying. He's overtaken Montana a couple of times, and then Montana's got back past him. So what I'm saying is, if a driver has got the pace to unlap themselves and pull away, you do it. But if you haven't, you don't even bother trying. You just let the cars go and let them get on with it. But at the moment, he's actually... Yeah, well, that's the thing. He is now catching Duo Finn, so it looks like he's got at least some pace in the car. I think perhaps it's just an error keeps popping in, which is costing him. Okay, let's see if we've got anything close up at the front. 6th and 5th, big gap between them. 5th and 4th, big gap between them. 3rd and 2nd, big gap between them. 2nd and 1st. Oh, Hesselden, he's just had a great view of a car going off. I think that might have been Andy Russell. Or, yeah, I think it was Andy Russell. But Hesselden had a fantastic view of that one. And thankfully was able to avoid it. Is the gap coming down, Ray, between 1st and 2nd place?
No, it's gone up. It's 8.5 now.
So Hesselden has re-found his groove then, with K-Slate in 2nd place. Do you think that these guys will get frustrated that Hesselden just seems to be so much faster than everybody else in these cars?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, K-Slate! Oh, K-Slate just very nearly lost it. Sorry, yeah, carry on.
Yeah, of course. If you're trying to catch somebody and you're putting the practice on and you're still not catching them, you're like, what the hell am I doing wrong?
Yeah. And the thing is, it could be something really, really simple, like something on the setup where you change one thing a little bit, bang, 2 seconds. But for the drivers, they won't know this until they actually try. Oh, I'll tell you what, Ray, we have got a battle, 4th and 5th. We've got Beardy on Neotig. And you wanted to know what your car looks like? It looks exactly the same as Beardy's. Except for it's not going around the racetrack.
I don't know where that gap goes down. Was that a pit stop or something? No, it wasn't a pit stop. So
maybe Neotig just had a...
must have had a moment, because it was all 8 seconds plus at that part of the grid.
Well, it could quite easily have come from a little bit of a... error for Neotig, but it has put Beardy all over the back of him, and it has given us something to keep an eye on. I don't know, Ray, if you've been keeping an eye on the YouTube, whether we've had any questions or comments that are worth mentioning. Hello to all the viewers, by the way, even if there's not many of you. I don't actually know how many there might be at the moment.
I can see it's watching. We've got a Jonathan McCulloch. Laugh out loud, love this. Do you comment on GT3? Wow.
Not real life GT3. We have the PCF, which is our Project Cars Fridays, and on Sunday night at 8:30 PM we have it's the Aussie V8 season. Be round 2 on Sunday, and I know you love those cars, Ray. I love those cars. I mean,
that's what I drive. Some let me in.
Well, I tell you,
you up cap at six
Well, I tell you, you watched the Aussie V8 race last week, and Neotig, he's going wide. That's going to give Beardy the chance. Not quite side by side. Beardy now ahead, up to 4th place. That will have frustrated Neotig a little bit. Beardy taking a lot of curb, getting that bit of air again. Well, they do say 2 wheels are faster than 4, and he keeps trying that around the corners. You was watching...
Andy Russell was pitted. Retired.
Retired. Oh dear, so Andy Russell's race is over then. Ray, I mean, you were watching the Aussie... Oh, GB Beardy's just gone massively wide. That was an all 4 wheels off the ground, a bit of air then. Neotig all over the back of him. Could have a good run here. No, they're both going for the pit lane.
The pits.
Yeah.
That's 8 laps. I told you. 8 laps. Oh, they're in. Oh, come on.
How do we describe that one? Guys, you're on a racetrack. No sexual activity allowed. Thank you very much. I tell you what, though, this is going to... Richie Davey, he's into the pits. But this is going to play into the hands of Duofin, who's coming down the start-finish straight now. He's got a car ahead of him, and I think that might be Woolhouse, who was trying to unlap himself a little earlier on. But Duofin is now up to 4th place.
Look at the GMP.
Okay, yeah, these guys really hasn't done. Pits side by side into turn 1. It's one-stop strategy. That's put him up to 4th place, and these guys are fighting. These guys are fighting for 6th place. But we could see Live Bride pitting again, that far ahead of those guys, you know, Ray. So I think they could begin to catch him. K-Slade's in the pits.
Somebody's gone.
Right, okay, just a quick update. Hesselden's in the pits. If he's on a one-stop strategy here, he's about to take the lead of this race. 2nd place. 1st place. The only way he can win this race is to stick with a one-stop strategy. Where's Duofin? Oh, Duofin is...
Oh, it's saying plus 109, but I think it's got to reset itself.
Quite possibly. It may have been plus 109 from Hesselden, but what'll be interesting now is keeping an eye on the gap between Hulkenberg and Hesselden. Hesselden on a brand new set of tyres is going to potentially catch Hulkenberg at 2 seconds a lap. So for Hulkenberg, he needs this gap to be 14, 15, 16 seconds for him to have a chance. But I don't think... Or 7. Yeah, that gap's not big enough, I'm afraid. Sorry, Hulkenberg. It's just not big enough. But what... I'm surprised, though, that with Hesselden and K-Slade pitting, that it didn't put Duofin up into, say, 2nd or 3rd place. He's only just coming around the 1st corner now. Now, 5th place Live Bride. Sorry, go on, Ray.
It's plus 37 seconds from K-Slade.
Okay, well, Live Bride's right behind Duofin. I say right behind, a couple of seconds in it, I reckon. GBM Beardy and Neotig still kind of going at it, with Beardy leading Neotig, but I don't think they're too far behind Live Bride, to be honest. So this could sort of bunch up a little bit towards the end of this race. Richie Davey, he's made his most recent stop, put him down to 8th place. Driver Montana's in 9th, Woolhouse is in 10th, and that is it. So we have had at least 1 or 2 more retirements. Neotig's just gone a little bit wide.
Guys, closer to Joe Finn and GMB is to him, and he's closing the gap.
What about that gap from 2nd place to the leader? Because I know that's the one that the viewers will be interested in.
6 seconds. 6 seconds. Looking into the 5, low 5s, so he's hitting purple sectors. He's pushing.
So Hesselden absolutely on it at the moment, so why don't we go and watch him for a while as we see him pushing his car to the absolute limit. I'm sure on some of the straights he may be able to catch a glimpse of that car ahead of him. Yes, he can. He can see the gap. He'll see that the gap's coming down. He just needs to make sure he doesn't bin it. Now, usually at the start of a race, Ray, we'd give a prediction of who we reckon is going to win it. We didn't do that this week, so we haven't cursed anybody. Should we curse someone now? Who do you think's going to win it?
Live Bride.
That would take one. You say that, but if it now pops up Hulkenberg,
goes to Joe Finn's 0.6, 0.5. He's getting there on the start finish straight. Just got to get in now. He's early on the brakes.
He is, isn't he? He's very, very early. Joy Finn a little bit wide though, but maybe this is one of the things that I was mentioning earlier on. Perhaps there was a couple of corners that he was struggling in, so sort of chose to drive them a little differently. Oh, here we go.
Here he goes. Come on.
He's not.
Come on.
He's not quite got the speed, has he?
No. You ever sit there in your car or while you're racing and you're going down the straight next to somebody and you start as if you're racing.
Jigging, giving a bit of
horse.
jigging. Yeah. Make it go for the old go-karting trick, that is. Make it go quicker. Doesn't work. I tell you what though, GBM Beardy, he's catching up to Livebright, who is still all over the back of Duofin. But we are going to have to keep an eye on that gap between the leaders because that's got to be down to about 1.4. Oh my days. Okay, let's see how Livebright and Duofin get on around the carousel. Duofin looking fairly comfortable on his one-stop tyres.
But if Hulkenberg's tyres don't make it, I'm going to watch what Casely time if it comes down.
That's a good point. Oh, Duofin's just ran wide. Beard is through. Okay, here we go then. We're on to the battle. Second and first. We saw what the gap was 2 laps ago, and now we can see what the gap is here.
0.6.
0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, plus 1. Hulkenberg going defensive, but he's gone deep in the corner. But Hesselden not been able to make any kind of move. But Hesselden can kind of take his time here. He's got 5 laps to get past Hulkenberg, and Hulkenberg's on the one-stop strategy. So he can take all the time he likes in making this move. Now,
but that was his best lap.
Yeah, he's down to a 204.0. I mean, if you think about it, Ray, Hesselden could be really, really cruel here and just wait until the last lap.
Yeah.
And then say, well, I'll save him fuel. But I tell you what, Ray, you mentioned about Casely. What is the gap between Hulkenberg and Casely?
From Hesselden is 16 seconds.
So he's going to be about...
We're coming down.
Okay, so he's going to be about 16 and a half seconds behind Hulkenberg then. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch that up in the final 5 laps, but I'll tell you what, Hulkenberg, Hesselden caught all the way up to the back of him, and then Hulkenberg sort of opened that gap up a little bit. So I don't know whether Hulkenberg's car's stronger in one section, as Hesselden just now easily closes that gap back up again. So we're going to have 4 laps remaining, and this is where Hulkenberg is going to find out whether his top end... Oh, look at the speed difference. And I was going to say that Hulkenberg would be wanting to find out if he'd sussed out how Hesselden has got to such a high top end speed, and I think the answer is no. Because Hesselden just drove past him like he wasn't there. But Hulkenberg is trying to fight back now. And really, he's kind of got to give it a bit of a go. Oh, he ran a little bit wide though, as Hulkenberg. He's pushed it perhaps a little bit too hard. I think we may see his head sink into that cockpit and go, great, not a lot I can do about that. But, as you said, Ray, what'll be interesting is what the gap between Hulkenberg and Casely will now be, whether that gap is going to come down 16. At all. Still 16. Okay.
Yeah, everybody's 2+ seconds gap.
I think GBM Beardy may have pushed his tyres a little bit too hard. He was sort of all over the back of Duofin and Livebright a little while ago. Not anymore.
We're in the background, he's 2 seconds behind.
He's catching Beardy, I think.
Yeah, it's down to 1.9. We've lost another driver.
Richie Davey no longer in the race. So that's Woolhouse in 9th place, Driver Montana 8th, Neo Tiggins 7th, who could be catching GBM Beardy, who is in 6th place at the moment. Duofin, the second of the one-stoppers, in 5th place, can still see Livebright. But Livebright has opened up the gap on him over the last 3 laps. Casely in 3rd place. I think he'll be... I'm wondering whether he was perhaps expecting Hulkenberg to pit again, you know. So may have got himself into that sort of... I can't catch Hesselden, so I won't worry about him. And perhaps now he's in that situation where he's going, oh crap, is Hulkenberg going to the end? Because has the gap come down at all?
15.6, it's not enough.
Not enough. So at the moment, Hulkenberg can't keep up with Hesselden, but what a surprise that kind of was, that his strategy put him in that kind of position to be able to be there with 4 laps to go and be this close to Hesselden. Because I think at the start of the race, if you'd have asked Hulkenberg, or said to Hulkenberg, right, okay, you're going to finish second place, but it's going to be 4 or 5 seconds behind Hesselden, it'd have probably taken that. Whereas if it was like 30, 40, 50 seconds behind, he wouldn't have liked that. Okay.
Has GMB update been overtaken by Multec?
He has.
I thought it was other.
He has.
Yeah.
So I've missed it. I'm wondering if Beardy's had a moment then, because it did look like he was struggling on his tyres. I'm wondering whether... Well, no, these guys pitted at the same time, didn't they? So maybe he's just made a couple of mistakes. But yeah, Neotig did get past. But Beardy's closing. He is catching it. Having a look at the inside, but that's not going to work. Neotig will drive off down the straight, well, he may be looking at his rearview mirror there, that's why he's just clipped the old Gretz. Beardy's much more aggressive on the brakes into the corners. Oh, Neo took a bit of a moment there. Beardy nearly scooped him up. So, 3 laps remaining, and at the moment it looks like Hesselden is going to be going on to take his 2nd win of the season. I'm just wondering if...
Dual Finn had been off at just in front of these guys, so Dual Finn is only 4 seconds ahead of Neil Tick.
He's having another off as well. He's having another off. I think these guys, they're going to be on him. They are going to be on him. They can see him. So if Dual is going to start struggling on his tyres, he's going to come under pressure a lot. Although that shadow that's covering that bit of pathway there... Oh, is that an animal? No, we're just zooming in on a blade of grass again. Sorry, Ray, you can't see what I was looking at there, but I'm just getting a camera angle of a bit of grass in a field every now and again. Beardy all over the back of Neotig. Well, Beardy trying to go where there is no room. Neotig covering him off quite nicely. If these two don't get into too much of a battle, they'll catch Duofin and potentially both get past him, but they won't be wanting to work together because Beardy will be wanting to just get past him. He's having a look up the inside of the final corner. Decides better of it, and not a bad idea because Neotig's ran wide, so could give him a good run up the start finish. So
we'll get Joe Finn's plus 3 seconds.
I mean, it's close. Neotig's going wide. That gives Beardy a chance. Can he capitalise? He's trying, but I don't think he can. He's got the inside line, but he has to brake early. So Neotig holds on to the position, and Duofin, he is really not that far ahead of them, is he?
No, not at all. And this is where he had his moment down at this next corner. So whether he's sussed out his braking point again, he's
nice and smooth through there on that occasion. But Neotig and Beardy, they are catching him quite quickly now. We've got 1 lap remaining. So Hesselden has just crossed the start-finish line. So there's the running order as he crosses the start-finish line to start the last lap. But I've got a feeling a few of those positions will change. Hulkenberg's dropped off quite a bit now. Caseley too far back to attack Hulkenberg. And Livebride too far back to attack Caseley. Duofin though, I think he might be safe. He may. Oh, Neotig's running wide around the carousel. Beardy trying to get a better exit. I think Duofin may just be safe because these guys are really going at it, and it's given him the opportunity to just settle down and get his corners right.
That's just one mistake, and then he's... Oh, GM Beardy's going for it. He's going for it. He's pushing it.
Contact!
no,
Contact!
yes.
Oh no! A beard is off! A beard is off! I'm wondering if he's slowing down on that one. Is he? No? Is he letting him through? I don't know. I don't know if he just had an off then or not. It almost looked like he was sort of saying that was my fault, but actually I don't think so.
They both went off, so no, keep going, please.
Right, well, let's see where Hesselden is. So, he's on the back part of the track. He's had an absolutely fantastic race as this guy. Bloody camera angles. Do apologise, folks. It's not me being a dodgy cameraman. It's Project Cars' dodgy camera angles doing my head in. I mean, that's one thing I would love for the game makers to do. If you click it on broadcast view, it stays on broadcast view showing the cars on the track. Nothing else. Anyway, rant over about that one. Hesselden is making his way up to the start-finish line for the final time. He will take victory here at the Road America course. A fantastic result for him. And Hulkenberg's going to cross the line in at second place. A fantastic result for him as well, actually. K-Slate in third. He must have closed that gap in a lot, you know, Ray, towards the end there.
Seconds.
Yeah, so he pulled in 5 seconds on the last few laps. A third place finish for K-Slate. Live Bright, he's in fourth place and he's got quite a way to go. Joyfin's still in fifth. Oh, sod off with your dodgy cameras. Neotigs is sixth. GBM Beardy may have let Neotig through, I'm not sure. But they're still now fighting it out.
He's backing out.
Can't quite get it done. Okay, quick look. Live Bride. It says he's in fifth place, but he's not. He is fourth place.
No, he's fifth. Oh no, Driver Montana, is it? Oh,
yeah,
right, okay.
he's doing the usual Project Cars wonderful thing.
I've got the wrong view. I've done a screenshot when the drivers went past. When Hesselden went past the start finish.
Okay, Live Bright is going across the start finish line. Live Bright is in fourth. Joyfin sixth. And go on, Ray, tell us about Neotig and GBM Beardy.
They're very close, but I don't think he's getting a run on them.
Nope, Neotig takes the position then. So that'll be Driver Montana 8th place and Woolhouse in 9th, I think. Although those positions might not quite be right. Have a look at the driver order here. It will show us that Woolhouse is a lap down. So, a cracking race there. Plenty to keep us entertained. Let's see, Woolhouse, he is about to cross the line to complete the race. And it is 9th place for him. Well, what an event. Perhaps another, well, I was going to say another easy win for Hesselden, but I think Hulkenberg may have given him a little bit of a scare towards the end of that race.
Yeah, well, it was plus 6 seconds when you crossed the line, but you see, I've went to my screenshot, you're in 10th place. That could have been points for another driver.
Yep. Well, I mean, all the drivers have to do is get to the end and they score points. So, I mean, all of the drivers could have scored points. And I tell you what, Hulkenberg, he must be happy in that car because it's shaking its rear end all over the place, even though it's stationary. So he must be really throwing some fist bumps to himself in that car. K-Slay in third place. A fantastic result for those three, and I'm going to have to invite them in because I believe I'm the party host, so I'll invite those three in for a quick podium interview. So viewers, if you have any questions that you would like us to ask the podium drivers of Hesselden, James Hulkenberg and K-Slay, if you've got any questions, put at Ray in the comments and ask your question and we will ask the drivers. So bear with us a few moments while we invite these guys in for a chat, and we'll get to see what they've got to say about how their races went. So I'm going to take a quick moment to grab a drink, and Ray, you can think of some questions that you might want to ask these guys. Oh look, my favourite plot of land around the Road America circuit. I've seen that that bit of the racetrack more than any other, but I do believe that Hesselden and Hulkenberg have joined us in the commentary box, and so has Casely. And I tell you what, Hesselden's happy in his car as well. It's jigging about all over the place. Okay guys, thank you for joining us for a quick chat on the podium here. If you could all please just make sure that your microphones are turned on and are set to allow to be shared, and we'll fire some questions at you. We have our race winner, Hesselden, second win in a row. Were you a little concerned about that one, Hesselden? Because last week you were 2 seconds faster in qualifying. This week it was only half a second.
Yeah, half a second's not bad though. I was quite happy with that. It wasn't as much last week, but I figured that people would be on me, like target on me from now.
Oh yeah, there is a target on your back. Don't you worry about that one.
Yeah.
Okay, now the race seemed to go fairly easy from early on, but was there a bit of a scare towards the end then, when you're like, hang on a minute, Hulkenberg, he's still going?
Yeah, I got through the first corner. Like, I was worried about that. Got through there, and I was happy just keeping the gap between Casely. I was quite happy with that. And then, yeah, I see Hulkenberg still out, and then I see him coming in on 11. I was thinking he's doing a one stop. I was like, I've got to like start getting a move on now. Like, and then it weren't too bad. Yeah, got him on the 17th or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you came out of the pits behind him. There was a little bit of a gap. You were able to close that up. Was there any part of you that thought, you know what, I've got 5 laps, I'll just take my time?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it was, I caught up to him on one lap, but I was terrible through the corners, so I just waited till the straight, like the pit straight, and then yeah, just made it a bit easier then. So I was quite quick in the straight line speed, so I knew that anyway. So I just waited a little bit. Didn't want to.
You was quick in a straight line. We'll come back to you in a moment. Hulkenberg, I was going to ask you if you'd figured out how to get some straight line speed out of your car, but given the way that Hesselden kind of drove around you, I guess the answer is no.
The answer is no. But even though I was on used tyres, Hesselden turned up behind me, and I don't know if he was just hanging back thinking I'll just wait for the straight, but I don't know if it was just dirty air, but I just seemed to be way more confident in the corners, even on used tyres, compared to Hesselden. But then, yeah, it came to the straights, and there were no point in even making a move because he was straight past.
It was. Was it frustrating when he made that move?
It were a bit frustrating, but after my first lap, actually the second lap, I was a bit grateful to even end up on the podium, to be fair.
Well, I mean, we haven't mentioned anything about that. I mean, Hesselden probably, he might know a little bit, but there seemed to be a lot of crashes on that opening lap. I don't know what happened on at the actual start, but there was a lot of bumping going on. So talk us through the opening couple of laps from your point of view.
Yeah, well, got off the line. I do know that these cars, when you release the clutch, it's got like a bit of a lag by at least about half a second, but the way I'm looking at it is it's not worth getting a drive-through penalty for the sake of half a second, so just took it easy coming out of off the line. Looked in my rear view and saw literally cars trying to mate in the background. Go around turn 1, got a bit of a tap from behind, and then so I moved down to about 6th or 7th place. Then on the next lap, managed to claw a few places back, came up behind Dave the Arp, managed to get past, and then felt an almighty bang. Looked in my rear view and saw him upside down, and I thought, oh crap.
Yeah, he was upside down for quite some time, and not only was he upside down, when he was upside down, I think another car came around the corner and pretty much hit him head on. So it was a bit of a big crash from Dave the Hart's point of view there. Okay, one-stop strategy, was that always the plan?
Yeah, we've done a lot of practice with Dave.
And I've just got to say, if it was my fault, I put my hands up and I'll say sorry right now, because I'd never want to intentionally take anybody out of a race. So.
I don't know, steal his setup,
Apologies.
steal his strategy, put him on his roof, go and take second place. Well, anyway, a fantastic second place. I'm going to move on now to Casely. Casely, a bit of a sort of an odd race in many respects, because in qualifying, okay, he was half a second off Hesselden, but that's a hell of a lot closer than anyone was last week. So were you pleased with getting the second place in qualifying with that margin?
Yeah, I think after last week, I learned a lot about the car, so the goal was to try and close the gap a bit. I was about 6/10 quicker than my PB in practice. I was pleased with it, but I was still quite far past it. Still a bit of work to do.
Well, the race got going. You're up into second place, and I'm going to guess that you were perhaps sitting there going, well, I can't catch him. There's not a lot I can do about that, but I'm okay. They're not catching me from behind. And then some pain in the backside decides to do something different, and all of a sudden, for the last half of the race, you've got Hulkenberg ahead of you. Were you aware that he'd gone for the one stop? And was there any chance of perhaps pushing that a little bit harder to try and catch him?
I think on lap 7, I was pitting. I seen him catching me, so I thought he might have better tyre wear. And then I didn't see him pit for like another 3 laps. I thought, oh, you must be on the one. And then I think he was about 14 seconds behind. And the last I just didn't have the pace.
Well, it almost sounds in your voice like you're a little bit disappointed about that one.
Well, I always try and do a 1 if I can.
Yeah.
But my tyres are done. That long right-hander just kills my front left. I couldn't do anything about it.
Well, do you know what I would do if I was on the grid here? I'd be like, right, Casely, Hulkenberg, Dave the Harp, everybody else, everyone, right, let's get together and let's work out what the bloody hell Hesselden has done to that car to make it so damn fast. And as soon as we find it out, we can all beat him. And we can take it in turns crashing him off. No, I don't mean that. But yeah, it might be an idea for a few of the drivers on the grid to kind of bang heads, or get yourself a spy to get into Hesselden's setups. But anyway, very well done to the 3 of you. Ray, have we got any questions from our YouTube viewers?
No, I've been asking, but not. I'll let you know the setup, what it cost you.
Ooh, how much?
$1 million.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's see. Next race on the calendar, I need to actually check, because I can't remember where it is. I'm sure one of you guys know. I need to go into find out. Oschersleben. Yes, it is. The next race, Oschersleben Grand Prix circuit, 39 laps. So, Hesselden, you seem to be fairly confident on most circuits. Is Oschersleben another one that you would expect to go and get pole and the win at?
No, I think people will be on me this next week. I'll struggle, I reckon.
Well, it'll be interesting.
Well, we'll see how I get on there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it does evolve. What about yourself, Hulkenberg? Do you think you can take it another level, get another step further up the podium?
Yeah, I'm starting to get the grip of this car. It's only took me a week. I'm feeling the groove. I've just got to find that straight line speed. If there's not many straights, I'll be happy.
Well, if I remember rightly, Oschersleben, there isn't a lot of straights. I think that's the track where Dave the Harp rolled his car and lost the first season of the PCF Championship. I think it's that track.
It's got possible to opinions.
Okay, Casely, what about yourself, Oschersleben? Is it a track that you think you can have a bit more of a fight at?
Oh, I've never raced it before.
The answer to that one then will be no, because it's a horrible little track, if it's the one I'm thinking of anyway. Right, okay. Ray, do you have any questions for our podium drivers?
Nah. I'm
No.
tired.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's Friday night. We should be out drinking and partying or mating in the pit lane like Neo, Tig and Beardy were earlier. Right, okay, drivers, thank you very much for joining us on the podium and giving us your comments. Well done on a fabulous race there. So thank you very much for your entertainment. To the viewers, thank you very much for joining us for the Front Row Racing PCF. Round 3 will be next Friday, 9 PM on the Front Row Racing YouTube channel for 39 laps, I think I said it was, of the Oschersleben Grand Prix circuit. Next up on the Front Row Racing YouTube channel, though, will be on Sunday for the Project Cars PCS for Brands Hatch. I think it's 25 laps around the Brands Hatch circuit. The laps might be wrong, but it is Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit in the Aussie V8s, and they will be an absolute handful around that track. I reckon we could see a lot of tyre smoke around there. So, yeah, time to bring this to an end. Thank you, drivers. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Ray, for joining us on commentary. We've been from a Racing Project Cars Fridays. We'll see you all again soon.
Thank you.
Well done, Esselden.
Cheers.
Yeah, all right, all right.